Hey, hi everyone.
Hello.
Today we're going to touch a bit about correlation between supply and demand. Does the difference in supply and demand affect the price of property? And also with that, based on our research, how we derive to spotting the next hot opportunity for this year. And this one will probably be the cheapest launch for the year.
Yes.
For 2026. After this wave, the second half of 2026, they can't find this price anymore.
Yeah.
So let's see here. When you have a low supply environment and very high demand, means a lot of people want to buy, what do you think will happen to the price? Will it go up or will it go down? So over here, the first example we have is from Punggol. Punggol is one of the newest town in Singapore. And you can see here, the blue bars are the private property. Because Punggol last time has a lot of EC and condo launch. So back in 2012, there were a lot of private supply, the blue bars. The red bars are actually the HDB that have already MOP. They can finally sell their property and choose to move somewhere or to upgrade. So if you notice what happened here, when there is a lot of supply of private and very low supply of MOP, what happened to the price? It dropped about 9%. And you can see all the way throughout, all the way here, these few years, there are not a lot of HDB that had MOP. Only until 2017, you see there are no blue bars here. Means there are no new supply of condo.
No new condo supply.
Correct. So what do people who already MOP, where to go? Back to the previous stock. The previous stock that was already available. And you can see what happened to the price right here. The price shot up. Because this environment, when there are very low supply of condo or zero, right, they all go to the resale market. And ever since 2019, there are no new supply in Punggol. There are no new condo launch in Punggol. So people who are MOP from HDB, right, they will just go and look at the condos there. More or less, most people who already stay in the same town, they will go and look at the same town, the condo nearby. Okay? So this is why we will say that how the demand and supply affect. So in the HDB estate, who are the profile of the condo buyers? The HDB upgraders, right? Because HDB estates, if you can see the data of each condo, the purchaser are all 70-80% are from HDB. So with this influx of HDB buyers and very low supply of condo, eventually it will go up versus this environment when there's oversupply versus this environment where there's low supply. We do see a price change. Now you look at another town in Jurong.
Yep. So if we look at Jurong East and West, again, the blue bars are the condo supply. And the red bar, they are the HDB MOP units. Okay, so you can see when there are a lot of new condo supply and very little HDB MOP units, the price will drop because this tells us that the demand is not there. And you can see over here, right, in 2018 to 2023, there are no new condo supply. There are only HDB MOP units. So what happened to the condo prices, the private condo price? The prices shoot up. So whenever there is new supply of private, the price will go down. Whenever there is a lot of HDB MOP units and compared to the new condo supply, the private condo price will go up.
Because imagine seller want to sell their private condo, then you have one person coming to view versus 10 people coming to view. You're like, 10 people coming to view, I want to sell a bit higher. Then that's the same seller mentality for most of the resale seller. They also want to sell higher. So in the end, the price you do see it will go up.
So it's like basic demand and supply.
Demand and supply.
Yes.
If no one come and view my house for many months within one income, eventually the seller will sell it lower and lower. So that's why you will notice how this correlation between supply and demand affect property prices.
So we can conclude that MOP units within the same township, right? If there are a lot of these MOP units entering, it will drive up the condo price.
Usually will drive the condo price. We just need a small percentage from the MOP cluster.
Of course, not all will.
Not all. I mean, not all
upgrade,
want to move or someone to stay there forever.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yes.
But just need a small 1%, 2% of the entire MOP cluster that they will want to upgrade to a bigger house or upgrade to a condo. This will cause a price shift.
So where can we find the next town that has similar pattern?
Okay, remember I mentioned Punggol was the previous new town. Remember last time when we were much younger, what was in Punggol?
鸟不生蛋.
Yeah, the bird don't lay eggs. All I know was Punggol End, that's all.
Yeah, Ulu.
The Punggol beach that nobody goes to, Punggol N. I remember back in school days, they had some amazing race. Then we had to go to this place to find our clue. So I went Punggol for the first time. Wow, really nothing. Really nothing. But now, coming today, 2026, Punggol is the new young town.
Yes.
Very nice waterway. Yeah, you can cycle and run. It's very different. So the next new town in Singapore that government pays a lot of focus on is Tengah. They already announced there's going to be about 30,000 HDB units there. Okay, so we do see a similar traits from Punggol, where there is a lot of MOP clusters and the supply. Let's say a supply, is it the condo supply, is it high or low? Because right now we know there have been quite a few EC launches, 5 in total already. Then upcoming is the first private launch in Tengah.
So this is the map of where Tengah is. So over here, these are the Tengah area. The government plans to have 42,000 new homes in this new town. And then out of the 42,000, 30,000 will be public housing, and then 12,000 will be private homes. So there will be this new launch called Tengah Garden Residence, and this is where it will be. The location is just beside Hong Kah MRT. This is a new MRT.
Under construction?
Yes, under construction, under Jurong Region Line. This is a mixed development. First level will be commercial shops. Yeah. And there will be 863 residential units.
Yeah, 1 to 4 bedder options.
Consider a big project.
This location is very close to the Jurong Innovation District. Right now on the map, you can see there's nothing much there like old Punggol, last time there's nothing much. So this road here, they are going to build a road through all the way to Jurong Innovation District. And this new line will bring you there as well. So this location is quite good. Over here, they are going to build, Punggol, I talk about the waterfront. They're going to do something similar here. This area on the master plan, you will see a new Tengah pond. Man-made one, so it's similar like Punggol. So this project will be the very rare condo that is waterfront facing. So most of the units are waterfront facing. There's going to be a whole waterfront area here, and the project is here facing the waterfront. We have seen the show flat yesterday. It's really quite nice.
So as we can see, this new private condo, is surrounded by so many HDBs. There are 22,000 units that are already released so far. They will MOP gradually, and by 2032, they will reach their MOP.
Later we'll share a bit more about the numbers that are going to MOP. There's going to be an influx of MOP units in Tengah.
So this is the Jurong Region Line, the new line. So they will open gradually, the stops will open gradually. So for Hong Kah MRT is over here. Expected date of opening is in 2026 this year.
So the condo launch, train station will be ready by then?
Yes, it will be ready before the TOP.
And this region line is going to link to the red line and the green line.
Yeah, so Jurong East is over here, Boon Lay is over here. Choa Chu Kang is over here.
Correct. So they're going to link you to Jurong Innovation District, where there's going to be a lot of new jobs, expats coming into Singapore who wants to stay near to their workplace or to rent. So with this convenience of shops at level 1 and next to MRT, it's going to attract a lot of investors to this project. And it even brings you to the uni, NTU. So those students, foreign students coming in, they also tend to stay
over
nearby.
here.
The rental in the west is always very strong because of all these students coming to rent. So over here, the red bars are the HDB units that are going to MOP in the next few years. And the blue are the condos that are going to either TOP, because private condo will TOP after 3 years,
Yeah, around there.
Around 3-4 years. The EC have to serve 5 years MOP first before they can sell in the open market. So only in 2030, you will see the first batch of condos coming in. And there is already a lot of HDB clusters that have already MOP. So they are all waiting. So first time owners, when they MOP and they make certain amount of profit, either they choose to, from 4 room, I'll go 5 room, or they will choose to go somewhere else. And also there will definitely be a group who wants to upgrade.
Correct. Upgrade to private.
But there are no stocks.
Yeah.
2027, 2028, 2029, there are no stock. So they'll go somewhere else or they will wait. And the first 2 condo that were MOP and TOP is Copenhagen EC. But by then it'll be 5-year-old
Yeah.
Second hand already. Tengah Gardens, when they TOP, brand new.
Brand new, yes.
1 year old, probably 1 year old or brand new.
Yeah.
It depends on when they complete. Tentatively, it's 2030. The TOP. So the other ECs will only come in the market in 2031 and 2032. the Lumina Grand EC, Altura and Novo. They only come in a bit later. And 2032, you see a huge influx of MOP units again. This is not a combination, and this one will stack up, this will stack up more and more. Yeah, this is not add-on, and this is really a number of that year, the MOP.
So total will be about 22,000.
Yeah, by end of 2032, the demand is very strong. There will be a lot of demand in the area. Over here, we kind of combine all the HDB that were MOP by 2030. This is the number of MOP units, and this is the number of private that is available.
So definitely in Tengah, private condos will definitely be highly sought after because of the very little supply.
Very little supply. So same for Punggol. Right now, all the resale condos are all still performing very well.
Yes.
There are no new supply. My wife friend just upgraded from a HDB 5-room to a 4-bedder condo in Punggol. I mean, of course, they stayed there for so many years.
Used to the area.
Used to the area. Daughter is also studying the area. We do notice Tengah is going to be an exact same thing. Of course, being a new town, they're going to go through teething problem. Not much amenities, supermarket, Wi-Fi not very strong. It's the same. Punggol went through the same thing.
Yes.
But in the past, remember last time, people say, "Ayo, stay Punggol."
Yeah.
But now Tengah, also people say, stay Tengah.
Yes.
But we do see, if government put in so much money to develop Tengah, make it a new town, car-free town and everything, close to the next future CBD, second CBD in Singapore, we feel this area is the next opportunity to go to. Because the demand is really very strong here.
And this is definitely happening. The transformation is definitely happening. Because
confirm.
the HDB, all the units are already built and launched already.
Of course, as first-time buyers or investor, if you want to buy a condo here, you'll be concerned whether they can buy from me or not, they can afford or not. But now we look into the numbers, how much they purchased back then, and how much they could potentially sell.
So we look at the affordability. So you'll be wondering whether the HDB upgraders in Tengah, right, whether they can afford to buy the private condo. Okay, so let's have a look at the data. Okay, these are all the BTO prices of Tengah 4-room flat that we have compiled. Okay, so we take the average, right, for the 4-room flat to be 348,000. This price is before subsidy, so technically it will be lower if after subsidy. Okay, the thing is, when they sell, we have to look at the resale price. But because Tengah is a new town, there are no units that have reached their MOP yet. So we don't have any data for Tengah. So we look at the nearest town, in Bukit Batok.
Newly MOP town?
Yeah.
That's very close by.
So for Bukit Batok, right, we look at also quite young, like 6-7 years old, around there. Their average 4-room price, right, have already reached about $795,000. Okay?
The 5-room already sold for 1 mil.
Yes, there's a news that came out.
Yes.
Already happened already, the $1 million. Okay, let's look at some calculation. So the average 4-room BTO price that we just now shared, 348,000. And then let's take the average resale price to be 795,000. And from here, right, we can take, let's say the outstanding loan is 230,000. So how do we get this figure? Is, let's say you get a 75% loan from your BTO price, purchase price, and then after 5 years you have paid some mortgage, right? So this will work out to be $230,000. Let's say you sell 795 minus your outstanding loan, you will be able to get back 565,000 cash plus CPF. Okay.
A combination is either you collect the cash or it's back to a CPF. The CPF that you use to pay for the mortgage plus accrued interest, then this portion will go back to your CPF and the rest you'll collect in cash. So this amount, 565,000, is a combination of cash and CPF on top of your own savings, on top of your own CPF in your account. Right?
So this is how much you can get
just
if
purely,
you sell this
correct. Just
BTO.
purely based on this BTO.
Okay. And then on the other hand, let's assume that for the Tengah 3-bedroom units, right, is going to be about 1.6 million. Let's say the PSF is about 2,000. So for 1.6 million, right, the down payment plus buyer stamp duty is close to 450,000. Okay, so this amount, right, can be fully paid using the cash proceeds.
Still get some cash.
Yes. So definitely they are able to afford to buy.
So now we'll look at after 4 years, because now seller stamp duty is 4 years. So let's say I buy 1.6 at Tengah Gardens today. I want to sell for 300k profit, which is 1.9 after 200k. So similarly, when they sell it and they profit about 565,000, The down payment and buyer stamp duty for 1.9 mil purchase is 539. It's still enough.
You still have some cash.
Yes, so the future Tengah buyers or even from Bukit Batok, they have this buying power, not touching their own savings. They still can purchase a 1.9 from you in the future.
Correct.
And right now, you will not be able to find a 3-bedder at 1.6 anymore in the market for new launch. So Tengah Garden, Lentor Garden as well. So these two projects, if you are really on the fence whether you want to upgrade or not, you come and take a look. These two projects, if you miss these two projects, the next half of 2026, 3-bedder will not be 1.6. It will be 1.82 million. You can't find this quantum anymore. And the reason for us saying that is because it's all based on land price. Later we'll show you about the land prices. Tengah Garden land price was below 1,000. Very close to EC land price.
800 plus.
800 plus. So that's why they're launching very close to an EC price. I said Revel almost reached 2,000 PSF. So this is selling about 2,000, 2001, there about our estimate EC price. So with this, we know that the demand that is from the HDB upgraders, they can easily afford your condo when they want to upgrade in the future.
So in summary, right, we have shared with you why Tengah Garden residence has massive upside potential.
I strongly believe.
Yes, because of the low condo supply in the town, and also there are a huge number of HDB units that will reach the MOP soon. Yeah.
The moment Tengah Garden TOP, there are already ready buyers there already.
And we have also showed you that they are definitely able to afford to buy from you. If let's say you buy now and then you want to make a profit down the road, 4 years down the road, so they will definitely be able to afford to buy from you in the future. Yeah.
Okay, so just now I mentioned about the land price for Tengah Gardens. They purchased it at 821, very close to an EC purchase price. So right now their break even it's 1,005. And when I say break even, it's because many first time buyers we met, they keep asking me, what are you talking about land price? Not even the sale price ma. But land price will in the end, there will be a break even because of construction costs and its rising construction costs, marketing and all that. The break even, then the developer, their businessmen, they also want to sell the profit ma. So from there, they about usually project the profit. We can calculate from break even how much they are going to launch eventually. So the land price more or less determines the baseline of developer. They will not go below break even definitely.
Yep.
They cannot be building for nothing and not earn anything.
Right.
They will not launch below 1,005 definitely. If they want to, maybe they will increase price for certain unit type. But very unlikely will launch below 1,005. And I mentioned earlier about Lentor Gardens, also another project that is launching April, May, that they also purchased at 920. And the recent last week Lentor Central land price was at 1,278. Very huge gap at 920 and 1,278.
350.
350? Yeah. 1,278. The eventual sale price will be around 2004, 2005, that range already. So right now, if you to come in at Tengah Gardens and Lentor Gardens, you're entering at a very safe future OCL price. Because if you can see here, all the project Chong Park or Hougang or even the nearby Lakeside Drive, right, their land price are all on the higher side.
The OCR land price.
So your entry is very safe right now for Tengah Garden and Lentor Gardens because you are buffered by all these new launches. So this is our contact number if you do want to find out a bit more about Tengah. So being private a bit different. Private can sell after 4 years. Okay, so they will be the first one to sell. And if you want to come down to view the show flat, can contact either of us. Our QR code is here. Or you want to find out a bit more about which new next town has the next potential in terms of the MOP coming in. That's why we talk about supply and demand. Eventually, there are towns that have a condo near MRT but no demand. Certain area we know certain listings that we have currently a bit hard to sell because there are no demand in the area.
Yeah.
So thank you. See you in the next one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.